Well, hey there guys, and welcome to another video. Today I'm going to be talking about the difference between Japanese and Chinese Asahi beer. It might sound like a bit of a strange topic, but let me just give you a bit of a background here. First of all, I am finally out from outside. It is incredibly hot out there. You know, Shenzhen during the summer is crazy hot and humid. It's like the worst weather if you don't like heat. However, it's perfect beer drinking weather. So I'm quite lucky. There's a bit of a holiday today. It's called Children's Day. And although it's the weekend, all the parents sort of take their children out to different places. And so all of my work has more or less been cancelled because most of my clients, corporate clients who hire me on the weekends, they are out with their children somewhere. So I've got the rest of the day off. And that means YouTube video editing. And there's no better way than to sit down and edit YouTube videos than with a beer. Okay, now my friend Aikido-san actually came to visit me a little while ago and bought me a whole ton of Japanese Asahi beers of different kinds and variations. My very good friend from Japan, Aikido-san, is here, and as usual he's bringing gifts. So what have you bought for me today? You've bought some very special Asahis. We've got Hanami version, right? Okay, we have Asahi Dry Premium. This one is slightly higher alcohol percentage. That's the usual one, and there's the black. I can't wait to try them. Thank you very much. I've got them all in the fridge. I'm going to drink them all, and probably in this video too, so you'll get to see them. Anyway, let's quickly go through the differences here that I can see. First of all, the reason I'm doing this is he said something which I think it's something we all expect is the truth. He said that the Japanese Asahi tastes better than the Asahi brewed overseas because they use local water, right? Clean water and all this nonsense. So I'm going to find out if that's actually true, because here we have Asahi from, it's the same thing. It's supposed to be the same, okay? This is the one from Japan. Both have a bit of Japanese written on there. That says Super Dorai, okay? That's in katakana. I can read hiragana, katakana, Japanese symbols, and I can read Chinese symbols quite well. And here's a little bit of a crash course for those of you who are not aware of the difference between Japanese and Chinese. Okay, if you take a look here we have in fact, that's a very good example, because if you look, can I focus on that? It's going to focus. Don't focus. Yeah, okay. You can see we have basically some kanji, some hiragana, some katakana, all in the same sentence. Now, basically how it works is the hiragana it's like an alphabet, right? And it's written for native Japanese words, okay, that the kanji can't really, you can't pronounce without them. Then you've got katakana, which is made for foreign words like this, super dorai, which means super dry, which is English. So they will write it in katakana. Then kanji is the Chinese characters, or hanzi as they're called here in China, which you can see, like for instance there, all this nonsense over here is all written in Chinese, right? Okay, in Chinese hanzi. So if you look at the cans, you can actually see that they are without a doubt different. This is the Chinese seal of quality on here, okay? And this is, it's got the Japanese recycle thing. It's got everything here written in Japanese. This is definitely from Japan. He bought it to me here from Japan, okay? Now, maybe I can find out where this comes from. It is brewed in, let's see. Where does it come from? Tell me the bloody place. I know it's made locally here in China. Dija there, Beijing Shi. Okay, so over here it says the company address is in Beijing, right? Over there, blah blah blah. So it's presumably made in, and here is where it's actually made, is actually in Shenzhen, it says here, under the Shenzhen Qingdao Pijiu Asahi. So actually Qingdao, okay, basically this is made locally. Okay, so now we've established that this is made locally. We've established that this comes from Japan, its original place. Now, these are supposedly the same beer, except obviously just brewed in different countries. Let's find out if they taste the same. Now, I'm not going to cheat. I've got two identical glasses here. Okay, horrible glasses. They look like they're inspired by the 1970s. Anyway, They were going cheap in IKEA. Now, something about the 1970s, I remember my parents had a couch that was brown corduroy with chrome, sort of armrests. Ugh. I don't know what they were thinking in the 70s. Everything was like brown and orange. Anyway, enough of that. They're both the same glasses, okay? What I'm going to do, I'm just going to put a little bit from each one, okay? Okay. Oh, that smells good, all the way from Japan. I'm just going to put a little bit in here. Okay, like that, see? I'm going to put it down there. I'll put that aside. Take the Chinese one. Smells good too. Almost the same. There was a difference in the smell though, ever so slight. I've got to get this the same. I don't want to cheat here. No, need a little more. All right, that's plus minus the same. Okay, now what I'm going to do here is I'm not going to look. I'm just going to be like, I don't know, like messing these things around and, just like I actually don't know which one is which. I'm not cheating here. I really don't know which one is which here. Okay, so there we go. Okay, so I'm just going to randomly take one and I'm going to drink it. Take this one. Okay, let's try. That's very nice. It's got quite a bitter sort of aftertaste. Let's try this one. There's a very slight difference, but that could also be just because it's the second sip of beer I've taken. But this one doesn't taste as bitter at the aftertaste. So let me do this again. I'll drink this one, whichever one this one is first, and then that one. There is a difference in taste. Hang on. This one's a little bit smoother. This one's a little more crisp. No, seriously, I'm not joking. There is a difference between the two. But now I'm pretty stupid because I don't know which one is which because I didn't label them. And mix them together. See, there's China and Japan working together in cooperation finally. Actually making something good. Okay, now, enough nonsense. Let me actually try and figure out which one is which and, see which one I actually personally prefer. So let me just down this so that I can kind of dull my palate. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a sip of each one. Okay. Yeah, I can immediately identify. This one is smoother. This one is more crisp. So look, without a doubt, there's a difference. This is no bullshit. Seriously, these two different cans, they are the same thing, but there is a difference in the taste. I'd say that the Japanese one is a little more bitter, actually. In fact, it is significantly. I can taste. This has a bitter aftertaste, but this one, yeah, definitely has a crisper but more bitter aftertaste. Difficult to say which one I prefer. I do like the crispness of the Japanese one though. That is pretty nice. But at the same time, this is a bloody good beer and you can't go wrong. If you'd like to know how to identify which is which, it's very simple. The Japanese one, well, it's basically got Japanese written all over it, right? And if you've got a local brand of some kind, like this, the Chinese one, the only Japanese that's on this whole bottle here, I mean on this whole can or tin or whatever you want to call it, is this Super Dorai over here. That's it. That's the only bit of Japanese that I can find. Because that, sheng, which is nama in Japanese, which basically means fresh or raw, okay? That, excuse me, is, a Chinese character, but it's also a Japanese character. So it's kanji and it's also Hanzi, right? And as you can see, it's on both cans. But here you have Japanese written here, okay? And there's no Japanese on this one. So yeah, that's the difference between the cans anyway. But there's a difference. To say which one is better, Oh man, it really depends on your personal preference. I think that this one might be a bit of an easier drink because it's smoother. You know, just it feels smoother, like it's a bit more bubbly in the mouth, you know, and just goes down easier. This one, like I said, crisp, a little bit more bitter. It may just be like a psychological thing, but I would feel more, I don't know, I'd probably swing more towards the Japanese one, just because it comes from Japan, and you're drinking the drink that was invented by them, you know, that comes from there. So, you know, if I had the choice, I'd probably go for the Japanese one personally, but there's absolutely nothing wrong with the Chinese equivalent. Trust me, I've drank tons of it. It's better than Qingdao. Although, you know, to be quite honest, I like Qingdao very much. It's just these days, it's difficult to find a real Qingdao. There's a lot of fake going around, so I'd rather stay away from it. That's why you don't see me drinking it that often anymore, you know, in my videos. There's been a huge surge in fake beers. So anyway, that's why I'm sticking to, you know, tin beers, because it's actually much more difficult to make a fake can, because bottles can just be refilled. You know, they recycle them and just stick labels on them, and I've seen them do it, because next to our motorbike shop there's actually a factory that rebottles beer, you know, makes like it's a fake beer factory or something. I'll try to get some footage for you. Oh, and one more thing I forgot to mention, alcohol percentage. Let's see if they're the same. This one is 4.3% alcohol, and this one is what is this? Oh, okay, that's 5%. So there definitely is a difference. So this is stronger beer as well. Okay, well that makes up my mind right there. I'd rather have a stronger beer than a weaker one. So there we go. I'm going to give the Japanese Asahi the win on this particular competition. All right, guys, until the next beer is opened,